story about my police career. It's a story about my personal life. If you go to my website, patpesce.com,
we are back hanging with. I'm GW Pomichter. Thanks for logging on and tuning in. If you haven't already, go on down there and subscribe. We got lots and lots of creators and authors. So if this is your first time, thanks for tuning in to Hanging With. We want to start off with a quick shout out to our friends up north. There's Something Unique Magazine, there's SomethingUniqueMag.com, and to our new friends over at Awesomeness TV, the Awesomeness TV Network. Those guys are sharing these great creators and authors all over the World Wide Web. Thank you very much. We are at the Ogallie Art Festival. This is an annual event. It's the 8th annual Ogallie Art Festival in historic downtown Ogallie in Melbourne, Florida. We're at the Ogallie Civic Center here. And a special thanks to Dr. Valerie Allen, Holly Fox-Bellicou, and Marshall Frank of the Authors for Authors Committee for letting us come in here and interview authors. We are here in what should be sunny Melbourne, Florida, but it's a little bit wet out there.
Yeah, it's a little overcast.
Yeah, it's a little overcast today. We're kind of worried about that. We're hanging with writer and creator Pat Pesce. He is a retired lieutenant with the NYPD. His book is Blue Memories, Life in Law Enforcement. It's a personal history. You know, welcome. First of all, welcome, Patrick. And thank you for your career, man.
Thank
Keeping us all
you.
safe out there, and we're grateful for that. How you doing this weekend? How's it going?
I sold a few books and enjoying the...
That makes it all worthwhile.
Yes.
First book that goes out the door, I put it in my pocket, and I go, all right, I did it today.
Amazing.
It is.
Never
really
expected to sell any.
Tell me a little bit about Blue Memoirs.
Well, Blue Memories was originally intended as a story for my children and grandchildren. I wanted to leave a little something behind.
Now, you got quite a few grandchildren.
Yes, I have seven grandchildren.
7 grandchildren.
Yes, they range from 23 to 10. And I just sat down one afternoon and started to write. And I wanted to leave a little legacy behind. And it just grew. So it's not only a story about my police career, it's a story about my personal life. It's a combination. So that's why it's called Blue Memories. A lot of sad stories. There's a lot of funny stories. The book is a no-holds-barred story of my career in the New York City Police Department during a period of one of its toughest times, not unlike what it is today. Although absent the terrorism, we still had student unrest, we had racial riots, we had Vietnam War protesters, we had the Black Panthers assassinating policemen, and we were subjected to a lot of criticism, and the story documents a lot of that.
Now it's a hard profession to be in the first place in these times, and it's a hard line to ride. The police officers have got, between being seen in the community as role models and figures, and taking bad guys and taking them away from us. That's a hard place to be. Now. It really is.
It's so difficult that a lot of people don't realize internally there's so much strife internally in the police department. I've had friends became alcoholics, they've lost their job, divorces, and even suicides. And that's because of the stresses on a job. Now, I don't want to make it as though it's a massive problem, but it is a problem. And that's all because of the stresses in the job. I mean, you make one mistake, as you see today, and you can lose your career, you can go to jail. And you have a lot of people second-guessing you.
How long were you on the force?
I was 23 years, and I got burned out, and I just had to leave.
Okay.
I explain why I had to leave. I was involved in a shooting, which again explains how difficult it can be living with that, and being concerned about losing your job, going to jail, losing all your finances just for doing your job.
Yeah.
And I was proactive. Today, it's not advisable to be proactive. you do what you have to do. But if you're proactive, you're subjecting yourself to a lot of
and there's so much scrutiny today. With the
a
24-hour
lot of
news
scrutiny.
cycle, everybody's watching it, no matter what
Right.
you're doing. So every mistake is on camera,
Right.
body cameras, everything that's out there. So
Right.
it's a tough road to hoe. And it was started out as just kind of something from the old man, right? And
Yeah,
then
it started out to leave a little legacy behind for my children, and it tells a lot about my personal life. I came from lived with grandparents, came from a broken family, lived in the streets, and this articulates the experiences I had in high school with my immediate family, grandparents who couldn't speak English. They spoke Italian, and they were immigrants, but unlike the immigrants that want to come here today, however, they never complained. They didn't have a 401k. They didn't have any medical plan. They just went to work. Their idea of a vacation was a family wedding. So this explains a lot about that.
I had a lot of Italians at my family wedding. I know that is a vacation. That's
Yeah.
a party right there.
And you notice we talk a lot with our hands.
I'm telling you. I think that's what she found the old European mutt that was closest thing, because that's what I do.
Right.
She said it's the closest thing I was going to get to an Italian. So what the hell? I think I was the first mutt in the family.
Well, up until my generation, we're all pedigrees, but now my children, and I guess the future is
It's America. It's America. Welcome to the melting pot, right?
Which I think is wonderful.
It is. It's fantastic. It really is. So, are you still writing? You're going to write any more, or?
Yeah, I would like to write a little bit more, and
Yeah?
I started another book, and
Outstanding.
I didn't think I would. Again, I didn't think I'd ever be a writer, and I never thought that it would get this far. I had a friend of mine who's an accomplished author, and his name is Marshall Frank. He's here today.
Marshall is one of the guys that helped us
Right,
get in
he
here.
is.
So yeah.
He's sitting over there someplace. And he read it, and he liked it, and he said, "Yeah, I think this is really good. If you work on it, polish it a little bit, you can get this published." And so here we are, sitting here talking to you.
Outstanding, man. That's a great story, and it is it's great. The market for writers has opened up so much in the last few years. The internet has been a sensational marketplace for us.
It has.
But it's a big marketplace. Hard to find you. So where can we find you?
Well, this is on Amazon.com. It's in Kindle edition.
Okay.
It's advertised for $16.95 through Amazon. It's also on Nook. You can get it through my publisher's website,
Okay.
Blue Note Publications,
Okay.
here in Melbourne, Florida.
Awesome.
And you can also write to me personally if you go to my website, patpesce.com. It will give you my address, and I can send you a signed copy.
PatPesce.com. Get your signed copy of Blue Memories, a Life in Law Enforcement by Patrick Pesce. And ladies and gentlemen, it looks like we're out of time here. But Patrick, thank you so much for hanging with us.
Thank
man.
you.
It's great.
Thank you.
This is a great story, everybody. Look, 23 years.
23.
23 years on the force. See what happens to your life on the force, at home, everywhere else by picking up Lieutenant retired New York PD Patrick Pesce's Blue Memories. That's wrapping it up here. Thanks for Something Unique Magazine.com for sharing this artist all over the World Wide Web. For more episodes, check back here to YouTube. Hit subscribe, folks. Go on over to the iTunes store and get our podcast. Maybe take a quick run over to the Hangin With store, pick up your swag, get a t-shirt, get a coffee cup, get a ball cap, show your support, help us to help these great authors get out there on the World Wide Web. Again, thank you to the Authors for Authors Committee, Dr. Valerie Allen, Holly Fox, Valerie Coop, Marshall Frank, and the folks down here at the O'Galley Civic Center for having me. I'm G.W. Pomichter, and we have been hanging with Patrick Pesce, author of Blue Memories, A Life in Law Enforcement. So subscribe, log on, tune in, see who we'll be hanging with next.